Hey folks, Steve here.
Okay, I know what you guys are thinking. Fuck, another Steve Shives video? But bear with me, folks, and we'll try to keep it fun. And to keep it interesting, I've brought in the big guns. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Gemini.
Cookies.
Hoes are laughing.
Yup.
The hoes are laughing.
Yup.
Hoes are laughing.
Yup.
Aired around a lot on the internet, and at first a lot of us thought, because in the initial reports it was said that it was an official inaugural poem for Trump's inauguration. Turned out later that wasn't true. It was just a poem that some dude wrote because he really, really loves Donald Trump. But whether it's an official poem or not, it's the most chilling propaganda, hagiographic horseshit you've ever read in your life. It paints Trump as this titan coming down from a tower, this conquering hero who is riding to the rescue of America to depose the tyrant Obama. And it's just that, right?
Oh, you mean somebody made some mushy blowjob / tribute to Trump? Yeah, man, that sounds pathetic.
I and the rest of his admirers must reckon in the days to come. Because I do admire him. This I can't and won't deny. There's been no public figure in my lifetime who I have admired more, who I have loved more unreservedly. Even now, just as it was last night when I watched his farewell address, I feel myself growing distraught at the thought of him leaving the White House.
Oh man, that's hilarious. This is my main problem with Steve and his whole crew. They're so unapologetically hypocritical. They don't do it ironically. They're just so blind in their views. You can't make fun of someone for writing a poem about the president when you've done it yourself. I think both poems are dumb because I have a little something called consistency. Speaking of which, what do you think the consistency of the dumps that Steve's wife lays out on his chest are? Probably hard and punishing. Jokes aside, though, Obama was a pretty shit president if you actually look at what he did. Steve, you're borderline sucking a man's dick who was responsible for the deaths of thousands of innocent women and children. But he's half black, so he can do no wrong, right? Ugh, I keep forgetting that words mean more than actions to SJWs. I have to keep reminding myself of that mindset because it's such an ass-backwards way of thinking.
Aw, Steve, that's so sweet. Such a lovely tribute to your hero, Obama. So tell us, Steve, did you tear up when you were recording that? Come on, you can tell us. You know, bottling up your emotions, that's toxic masculinity, Stevie.
And I thought, it's really inappropriate for Donald Trump because Donald Trump is not a hero. He may in fact be a would-be tyrant himself, far from rescuing the people from a tyrant. That's rather self-serving. And I thought there must be a much better poem, and not only that, a more appropriate poetic form that we could use if we want to use poetry to mark the occasion of the Trump inauguration. So I decided that it would be, instead of an epic poem written about Donald Trump and his inauguration, it would be much more appropriate if we turned to a more humbler poetic form, one of my personal favorites, and that is of course, the Limerick.
Yes, the Limerick. Oh, do tell. Sounds like a lot of fun. What do you think, Gemini?
I think Steve is what you find at the bottom of a rainbow holding a pot of Reddit gold. I think Steve is confusing a leprechaun with Genghis Khan. I think Steve is in love with Shamrock Obama. I think Steve Shives is after me Lucky Charms. Silly rabbit, dicks are for chicks. Okay, that last one didn't have anything to do with being Irish. It tied into the the whole cereal thing. What do you want from me? They can't all be gems people.
I love me a good limerick, and the thing about limericks that make them especially appropriate when the subject is Donald Trump is, well, number one, they're traditionally clever, which that doesn't work. Trump is never within a million miles of clever.
His turn. All right.
Stevie, I know you're trying your little heart out, but that fell a little bit short, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for criticizing Trump, but to say he's not clever is just dead wrong. He did everything during his campaign in a non-traditional way, used the media against itself to gain popularity, and never apologized once. I'm no Trump fanboy, but you have to be pretty damn clever to go from a hated reality TV star to being elected as the leader of the free world, despite having all the odds against you. You gotta give credit where credit's due. Steve, stop your blubbering, you blockhead.
But they're also traditionally vulgar. And boy, does that apply to Donald Trump. He's got to be one of the most vulgar people I have ever known of in existence in my life, in all of the various senses of the word vulgar. Fuck you. Fuck you forever. Go to hell. Fuck you. Fuck you, you selfish piece of shit. Fuck him. No, man, fuck you. Fuck every last goddamn one of you, you selfish, self-centered, narcissistic, hypocritical pieces of shit. You're a piece of fucking garbage. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. To you is fuck you, go to hell. You're not my friend, you're my enemy, and if you don't think I'm your enemy, you should.
Whoa, Steve. Whoa. That's harsh language right there. What a hypocrite. Trump has never publicly spoken like that, you toilet mouth. Also, I hate his hat so much. I just want to flick it off his dumb head. See, Steve, you can insult people without being vulgar. I've been destroying you clean. You could put that on Disney, what I've been saying to him this whole time. You should practice what you preach, and maybe we'll take you seriously, Shives.
You know, Gemini, here's the funny part. So many people destroy Stevie Boy here, using his own words and his own behavior against him. And the only comeback this dumbass could muster is a bunch of F-bombs, then blocking everybody, and then trying to claim he ignores it all, when we know for a fact that he watches everything.
There was another instance that happened just recently from a fellow YouTuber of mine, unfortunately, a professional shithead, a professional cyberbully, who told people to vote for Trump, who told people to say, yeah, vote for Trump, burn the system, fuck the system, vote Trump, fuck Hillary, let's send a message. None of that was enough to turn these anti-SJW YouTube shitheads against Trump. They were all for. So with your kind indulgence, my preamble having rambled quite a bit, now I want to present to you a poem, a series of limericks on Donald Trump. Here's Donald, a man in a tower, who bullshat his way into power. He craves admiration, but makes most of the nation feel filthy and needing a shower.
There once was a moron named Steve, a cuck like you wouldn't believe. His wife made it worse, his balls in her purse, and he'll get the strap on this eve.
There once was a dullard named Steve. His wife wore his balls on her sleeve. He rhymed limericks and he liked chicks with dicks, but his balls he will never retrieve. That last line took me forever to find a rhyme for. First I had to Google the right syllables for limericks because I didn't want to say it, and then someone would be like, that's not a real limerick. And then I had to Google something that rhymed with Steve and sleeve, because you took believe, you took all the good words. Mike, how you going to do me like that?
Is our Donald's a racist, and also, quite probably, a rapist, a liar, a fraud, an ignorant clod whose morals are simply the basest.
What? The basest?
The basest.
Basest?
The basest.
I needed a badass bass to play in Europe with Guar.
I can be a pretty shitty person sometimes. Some would even say basest.
Basest.
But I'd never say that someone's quite probably a racist in a serious tone. I say it as a joke from time to time, but to seriously accuse someone with no basis
Basest.
is disgusting to me. Almost as disgusting as that bassist.
bassist.
He's blocked blacks from renting his houses, abused, dissed, and bullied his spouses, brought bigots to beachheads, gained platforms for skinheads, and staffed up the West Wing with louses.
Feminist cuck, his wife has no luck. He finishes early, his demeanor is girly.
Cuck fuck buttercup giving owl cookies.
He wasn't the popular pick, though the SVR finds him quite slick. It might sound contradictory, but a tainted half victory seems plenty for this preening dick. Don't forget, as his presidency passes and he fosters and feeds on the fears of the masses, he campaigned on race hate. He's a cheat and a cheapskate. He'll never assimilate what makes America great. Again, let me restate, resist this man's dictate. Election day, save the date, and let's use all our weight to frustrate this low-rate magnate with no mandate. Let's remind him how vital the voting class is and throw Trump and his troop the fuck out on their asses.
See, I'ma let you know who the best by the hour. This like Rosie O'Donnell at a bisexual bridal shower. It ain't nothing to me, man. I keep it for real. Look at this dental, man, with dental the grill, see?
Oh, brilliant, Steve. Brilliant. Oh, such brilliant slam poetry. Oh, so woke, so woke, so woke. Well, I don't know if I can top that, but I'll leave you with this. Steve, the feminist sheep, a childish moronic creep, posture of a humpback, like a retard on crack.
That's odorous. I hope you die in your fucking sleep.